In this video, we're going to be looking at how we can create this eaves detail here. So we've got the flat roof coming across and we've got this nice curved end rather than a squared off end. So it's a nice little detail you can add to your projects. We've also got this little concave one here as well. All both done the exact same way, and we're going to be using the massing tool in order to be able to do this. So I'm going to open up a new model that's got these walls already set up for context. I've got my south elevation opened up, and I've got a level 1 opened up. So when I go into south elevation, the first thing I need to do is add some levels to this. So in my architecture tab, I'm going to open up level, and I'm going to use the pick lines tool with an offset, and this offset is going to be 250. And then when I hover over this level, you can see the blue dotted lines where it's going to place it. So I'll place that on there, and I'm going to do another one on top of that. So I've now got level 1, level 2, and level 3. The next thing I need to do is go into view so I can see them, plan views, and then floor plan. Multiple select both of those using the control key, and then open them up. And then when I'm in level 3, for instance, I can now come over here and then come down in the properties box to the underlay base level, and this one here I'm going to send it down to 0 so I can see right the way down. And I'm going to do the same in level 2. Default's always none, so you just need to see how far down you want to see. So with that set up now, I can now go into my level 1, and don't forget level 1 is going to be at this point here. Yep. When I'm in level 1, I can now open up the massing tab, and into here I've got this show massing by view settings. You want to make sure that's on, so the little light bulb's on, and then we can go in place mass. Doesn't matter what it's called, and I'm going to use the pick lines tool again with an offset. So I want a 100mm overhang on this particular project. So make sure the blue dotted line is on the outside, so we get that overhang. In the corners here, I'm going to have to use the trim and extend to corner tool, just link these two and these two here together to create that loop. When I look at it in 3D, we can now see we've got this this base of our mass that's going to sit on top of our walls there. So now I'm going to go up into level 2, and I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to use the pick lines tool, and this time I'm going to have an offset of 100. And with the offset of 100, I'm now going to use the one I've just drawn, which is the outside line here, and make sure the blue dotted line is on the inside. So just make sure that the blue, that's where it places it. The blue dotted line is where it places it. And the same down here, just make sure that's on the inside. These are already connected up, so I'm okay with that. And if I go back into my 3D, I can now see, oh no, we're not, it's not quite there. So I need to use the trim and extend to corner tool and just bring that to that. Just make sure that they're a closed loop. If they're not, Revit won't like it. And once I've done that, I can now use level 3, and I'm going to come in from the outside using the pick lines tool with an offset of, I don't know, let's say 300. And again, I want that to be, I need to zoom in a bit more just so I can hover. As I hover, I can, depending on what side of the line I want that blue line to be on the inside. So on the inside there. And same that one there. And then when I go back to my 3D view, we can now see we've got this coming up and over. Yep, that's the idea behind this. That's what we're trying to achieve, this coming up and over. Once I've done that, I can now escape key twice, so nothing selected. Then holding down the control key, I can now multiple select all 3 of these planes that I've just drawn. Yep, so they're all selected, and then use the create form tool, and that's what gives you this kind of shape here going on. So that's our mass kind of formed, if you like. And you can see that middle layer, that level 2 layer, depending on where you put it, will depend upon what kind of shape you're going to get on here. So I'm going to finish that mass, and then once I've done that, I'm going to create myself some aluminium facade to go into there. So to do that, I'm going to use the wall. So go into wall, and then I'm going to choose this brickwork wall here because it's just, there's only one thing in it, so it makes it easier to adjust. Go edit type, duplicate, and I'm just going to call this aluminium. And then in the structure, so in the construction elements, go into structure edit, and then where it says brick commons, just click onto there, and again search for aluminium. See what we get. There we have it. And I'm going to change the thickness down to, I don't know, about 30 mil, be something like that. Be fine. Click OK and OK. And then when I do that, go back into architecture. Don't click on wall, just click on the little button below it, and then wall by face. And once I've done that, I can now select that wall there. I can select this wall here, that wall there, and that wall there. And now I've now got this kind of facade going around the outside, or this eaves detail going around the outside. Once I've done that, go back into massing on site and just turn off this show mass. Then it just gets rid of that mass. So now all we're left with this. So go up to level 3. And when I'm in level 3, in fact, I might go into level 2. Yeah, I can see it better in level 2. So I'm in level 2, and I'm actually going to place a flat roof. So I'm going to go roof. But I want to, where it says base level, I actually want to place it at level 3. So I'm just going to go into level 3. Sometimes you can't see very well, which is why I've done that. I'm going to change the roof to a flat roof. And I'm going to use pick lines tool again. So we want to come in, and I think it's this point here where our roof wants to be. Could be wrong. I've got a funny feeling that's the wall on the inside there. So once I've done that, before I green tick, I just want to escape key twice and then select it all. And where it says defines roof slope, uncheck that, and then green tick. And then when I go into my 3D, we can see it sitting up. It's up too high. There's 2 ways we can reduce this down. We can go into edit type and see how thick it is. So our default thickness there is 366.5. So I just go into here, and then a base offset is minus 366.5, and click OK. That sends it down. Or I could have gone into south elevation and then used the align tool. So that's AL is a shortcut on the keyboard, and then destination followed by, destination, which is the level, followed by the top of the roof. And then that brings it down. So there's 2 ways you can drag that down. And there you are. That's how you end up with this mass. So have a play around with these dimensions, with where you set the 3 levels and the 3 planes, and you can get all sorts of shapes out of that.